Hi, I'm Roger Mills from Boating New Zealand, and we're reviewing the Hansa 548 today, new from Hansa in early 2018. The Hansa 548 has a couple of new features. On a boat this size, they've added twin furlers, so that's a great advantage for cruising because they've added an overlapping headsail as well as the normal self-tacking jib. They're both on electric furlers, so it makes it for easy operation with the large sails. The boat has in-mast furling for the mainsail and the standard self-tacking Hansa headsail, of course. And on this boat we've got synthetic teak. It gives it a particularly good look, and you can see that the hatches themselves are flush, so there's no toe stubbing walking on the nice clear decks. A nice feature on the yacht is all lines come back and they're run into covered slots so that all the decks are free of lines. The boat's set up with some nicely sized cleats for the size of the boat, and they sit on a nicely raised tow rail or bulwark, so that gives the boat a nice safe feel as you're walking along the deck. Another feature of the 548 is the T-top canopy. It's quite unique to this particular design, and you can see it's very useful for solar panels, as well as it's designed to take the loads of the main boom, so that keeps all that gear clear of the decks. So the yacht has twin pedestal helm stations. They're identical mirror images so that you can repeat everything from either side. On this particular version we've got the Brooks and Gatehouse navigation pack, so that gives us our chart plotter, instruments, compass and engine controls on the right. And if we just have a look here, we've got twin bow thruster and stern thruster controls. They're on retractable thrusters which come out, which make it a lot easier to manoeuvre the boat, particularly in crosswind conditions when you're exiting the marina. The yacht's set up with twin Lewmar electric winches operated from the switch here. All the controls come down to the winch so that you can use the electric winch and then lock them off. The tails conveniently come back and they can be stored here to keep them out of the helmsman's feet, so that's a nice feature. So sitting on the side here we've got a great unobstructed view down the deck, gives you good sight lines. Also with the clear plastics you've got good visibility all around the boat. Being a large boat, and when you get on the lean, one important thing is having handholds. You've got some good bars here and stainless handholds on the side of the steering pedestal. One thing that could be added is a little bit of additional storage for cups and glasses and things, and I can see the owner here has added a Railblazer cup holder. Very useful, could be used for multiple of things. Under the seat reveals the recessed davits, which you can pull up, and they have a knuckle to fold out, so when you're underway you can hold the dinghy on both davits. Very neat solution indeed. Access to the boat is via a drop-down transom, electric hydraulic, so that's very convenient when you arrive. If you've got your remote control you can just operate it from the marina berth and it'll drop down. It houses a great storage area for either a slightly deflated dinghy, or in this case the owner's used it for storage and he's provided his own boxes. But it provides a great platform also for swimming, and when we go out sailing we'll show you how that operates. A great feature of this T-top cabin is the centre area, which will actually fold away, concertina forward. So that's great when you want the sun to pour in. Other times you'll obviously want to pull it out and keep yourself dry from the inclement weather, but it gives you the options. There's also recessed lighting in the top, so for at night time it gives a nice ambient light in the cockpit. So the cockpit has twin tables, and they can be changed in height so that they're comfortable for the people using them. Also they will lower right down to be level with the cockpit seating, and then you can add your squabs and it'll be a lovely sun lounger during the day. One thing I do like about this boat is the T-top. While it does change the aesthetic lines a little bit from an open boat, being a cruising yachtsman you always appreciate the extra coverage that you get in inclement weather, and certainly if you're on any extended passages, the comfort you get from having the enclosure is just wonderful. One thing Hansa yachts do is they make a very comfortable space down below. As you can see, the furniture tones in nicely with the wood trim. You've got lovely lights coming in through the hull windows and good vision as well, so that it connects you with the outside, you can see what's happening. And also the overhead hatches bring in more light as well. So overall a very, very comfortable space, open and airy. The galley on this yacht has a separate island that contains the sink, and it's got a nice enclosing lid so that you've got plenty of preparation area. On the other side of the galley area we've got Corian bench, and for the stove we've got a top which comes down and closes, so that gives you more bench working space. Great feature. The fridge, a 2-drawer version, pull out, makes it very convenient to get at. Above the bench top is the microwave, run off the inverter. The nav station is located to port as we come down the steps, and it's got a convenient fold out seat which is well anchored so that it's very stable in a seaway. You can park yourself here, and you've got good access to the C-Zone control system, radios and the TV here, and we've got a little bit of storage for the necessary items for navigation. A nice feature is the overhead storage lockers here. What they've actually got is friction hinges, so they'll stay at any point, so that's quite convenient. Things don't flop around in a seaway. Easy access to the diesel for maintenance. Underneath the entry steps, which conveniently lift up, we've got the 110 horsepower Yanmar diesel, and we can get to the oil dipstick and look at the fan belts and check the necessary items. So the master cabin for the yacht is in the forepeak. Lovely room here, plenty of room beside the bed. Lots of storage in the cupboards. It's a notable feature of this boat that there is plenty of storage, as well as obviously the nice hull windows which connect you with the outside. One thing that was very pleasing was the handles to the actual ensuite area. Very solid handles, give you a nice feeling of solidity and quality, and opens up to a nice well-designed little vanity unit and toilet area and shower. So one of the interesting things about this design is the VIP cabin. The owners of this yacht specifically chose the boat for the particular reason that it had a nice secondary large cabin. Almost it's like a double master, not quite, but you've got good access around the bed and a side settee beside the bed, so it's very comfortable to sit down. Storage is also good, and it's got an ensuite just off to the left. To starboard, just through the galley, is a secondary double cabin, slightly smaller than the others, but a great spot. Now that we've had a look down below, let's go on deck and take her out. A quick demonstration of the boarding ladder, which has nice deep access via wide timber steps. It neatly folds away into the stern platform. Back underway, I took the carbon wheel helm. As we were headed upwind, we rolled out the smaller self-tacking headsail. With 24 knots apparent wind, we were doing 8.2 knots on the GPS. It was easy to read the speed data on the large display instruments. We've had a great day out on the harbour with the Hansa today, particularly a range of conditions to test the boat, from lighter winds up to the heavier winds. There's a great combination of sails with the extra headsail, and it really performs. We had 10 knots on the reach, and coming back up the harbour with the self-tacking headsail, we got 8.4 knots on the GPS, leaning over, really going. A lovely boat, comfort inside, and a great performer.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.